We do have a safety story this morning from social work. If I believe Megan Lannon is on and Jen Odette.
Everyone, yes,
Megan.
it is. I'm Megan. I just was turning on my camera because I know I'm not down in Albany, so I know there's not a lot of recognition for, I guess, just facial recognition or name recognition. But yeah, I can go ahead if you'd like to proceed. So I'm a part of the mental health intensive case management E-Range team. So I'm up in the North Country. We provide care to veterans in the rural areas who suffer from serious mental health issues. In this story, I'm going to highlight a veteran that has a history of bipolar disorder with psychosis during periods of mania and seizures related to their TBI. While the veteran has been able to remain fairly independent with supportive housing and ICM services, he has difficulty managing his care and transitions. In this case, he was referred to a community provider for a procedure facilitated by another VA in another visit. While the veteran has successfully traveled for procedures in the past, and I've worked really closely with the VA travel and receiving VA to ensure that the veteran had access to support, supervision, should any difficulty ever arise while navigating travel care and his return home. The veteran had recently traveled for operative services and was delayed transport home 2 days due to limited travel services back to our rural area. Now, 2 weeks later, he was traveling again for post-operative appointment and was en route back home via air travel. His travel plans were interrupted due to a misunderstanding in airport instructions and support staff not remaining with the veteran as it had been arranged. I was already aware that the veteran was expressing frustration and distress at this time. I had contacted the VA that coordinated the procedure and worked with their team to secure lodging, pre-poured medication, support around post-operative care for the veteran. I worked with the VA travel and medical team to ensure transport and to support at the airport. When his supports fell through with a missed flight and then a canceled flight, I had to work with airport police, the airline, and the local VA in that catchment area to ensure that he was returned home safely. All while working with a veteran who was tired, confused, overwhelmed, providing him with reassurance, support, and coaching while advocating by phone to secure flight, transportation, and assistance. I had anticipated that the veteran would need support, and I became highly engaged and activated as I had sensed that the delayed travel plans would potentially put him at risk. I quickly assessed that his caregivers may not have anticipated the difficulties he might encounter during airline travel, nor did they have the relationship in which I had with him or the resources to assist him in getting home safely. I logged several hours past my tour of duty to get the job done and called for assistance from my VA colleagues. Our team approach in the North Country allowed for communication and assistance from our MICM team E-Range lead, Todd Aslin, to directly be in contact with the veteran while I was working with logistics on getting him home. This story highlights the principle of preoccupation with failure. Had I not anticipated that the veteran's need for support and engaged a team to help him, he may not have returned home safely. And yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
What a wonderful story. And really, I think that what it demonstrates is your commitment in what you do every day. I can't say enough about what we do when we think about treating our veterans, not just for what they're coming in for, but looking out for them to tie it all together. So thank you very, very much. Great story.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of incredible work, Megan. So a lot of.
Yeah, and I know that I coordinated a lot of the work, but I really have to say that having resources with our MICM team in Albany, having my team for support really helped to get this veteran and to coordinate and to also just kind of bounce ideas off to be creative,
Yeah.
And to ensure that he was safe.
Yeah, Megan, I've met a lot of the MICM veterans, and I would say that team is amazing. And I talked to a lot of the teammates. So thank you again.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me today.
Okay, no problem.